You have to stop looking for inner peace. You're never going to get it unless you do this. Everybody wants peace. Everybody wants freedom. I've wanted peace and freedom for a long time. And I spent more than 3 years being a hamster in a hamster wheel, chasing peace, chasing freedom, chasing happiness. And I didn't find it because I was looking in the wrong place. I was thinking to myself, if I meditate, if I do breath work, if I go out and I hire a coach and I read books on spirituality and personal development, I will find peace. And I didn't because I didn't realize what I really needed to do. So let me ask you this. Can you have inner peace? Can you have freedom if you haven't accepted yourself? If you haven't allowed yourself to be loved from you to you? Interesting. Huh? How can you have peace? How can you have freedom if within you you're living in a prison? If within you you're not loving yourself, you're not accepting yourself because you're believing the lies of the mind that tell you, oh, you should be resented because of all the things you did in the past. It doesn't matter if you're the most productive, high-performing person you know, your mind will keep telling you that you're not good enough. Your mind will keep telling you that you should keep doing more and more until you feel so empty, until you feel so unfulfilled that you have no choice but to surrender and look for the truth that you didn't want to accept, that you didn't want to look within yourself and look in the mirror and literally say, I love you. I accept you. I'm proud of you. You're freaking amazing for all of your accomplishments. If you don't develop and cultivate a practice to accept your true self, you will fail in your journey to achieve inner peace. What do we have to do? First of all, we need to define what accepting ourselves means. The word gets thrown out so much, self-acceptance, but I'm going to share with you what it really means. It took me 7 years to get to this realization. It took me more than 7,000 hours of personal development, spiritual growth, everything. So listen very carefully. Accepting yourself means accepting only your true self and not accept your false self, which is the ego. So within you, there's the inner battle. You have the mind that lies all the time, and you have your heart. So your heart will always tell you the truth, and the mind will always lie. So the mind, as the inner critic, it will keep you stuck in self-doubt, in stress, in anxiety, in limitations, and in fears. And people don't believe me when I tell them that I've discovered a way to master myself at such a deep level that I no longer live in those states. I did for more than 15 years, but now I don't. And you have that power as well. Because when you stop accepting the limitations of your mind, only then can you step into your throne and into your seat of power. And that is what true self-love really means, my friend. It means to love and accept the true self within you, your heart. Not the lies of the mind, not the insecurities that you have, not the shame and the guilt that you experience, that you've been told a lie that you need to accept in inner work and shadow work, that you need to accept the shadow and the light inside of you. That keeps you stuck in duality, that keeps you stuck in confusion. We need to learn that is a relative truth that you need to transcend and get to the absolute truth that is, you're only the light, you're only the love, you're only the power. There is only one power, one intelligence, and one presence in the universe, and you are it. And until you learn how to accept and love only that, then you will keep getting bound, getting limited by your mind. This brings us to the realization that you're the one who has the power. It's not the mind. Even if we're afraid of the mind, I was so afraid of my inner critic that I lived in constant stress, chronic stress, anxiety, unworthiness, mental fog, social anxiety. I thought that I was worthless. But guess why I spent those 15 years suffering, living in autopilot, being so ashamed of myself that I didn't even think I would bring value to anyone around me. I was living in that limited perspective because I believed all of the lies that my mind was telling me. They're just lies. And after 7 years of seeking and never giving up, I really found the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm sharing it with you because I want you to join me on this new way of living, which is our truth, which is the way that we were meant to live from the beginning. And that way, my friend, is as a powerful creator that doesn't normalize that living with stress, with anxiety, with negativity is normal, but that they accept only the light within them, that they walk the path of light, that they become a change maker in the world. You can't do that until you stop serving the false master. And the way that you serve the false master is by giving your attention away to the ego. Because when you do, when you're hooked on that mental, emotional roller coaster, your true self, the sun within you, the light within you, cannot expand, cannot grow within you. that perfection, that abundance, that love, that light is, which is you, cannot grow because your attention is fixed on the limitations of the false master. Your true self is waiting for you to remember that you have free will. You have free will. Therefore, you're the one who has the power to redirect your attention and start serving your true self. That is the most valuable lesson that I've learned with over 8,000 hours studying all sorts of spiritual teachings, all sorts of personal development modalities. This is it. All roads lead to this realization. And as a little testimony that I want to invite you, because you can create this reality too, is through this discipline, I'm able to literally wake up every single day of my life with just peace, with joy, with gratitude, with authenticity, without an ounce of inner criticism, without an ounce of stress, without an ounce of anxiety. You might be thinking, that's fucking crazy. No way that's real. The only way that you can prove it is to prove it in your own life. But I am so grateful, and I know that the energy that's being transmitted to you, you can feel the truth, that we can all create a reality when we shift into our true selves, where we no longer live in these old limitations, in these old paradigms. And when we're living heaven on earth, then we can serve the world. We can commit to serving the world every single day, and abundance and money and wealth and prosperity are inevitable when you're serving as your true self and you're just sharing that light with other people. That is the truth. Hope this video is helpful. Subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you on the next one. It's been a pleasure serving you today.